Fear is a universal human experience, rooted in uncertainty and danger. Ancient texts, including the Bible, acknowledge this primal emotion. Psalm 34:4 affirms, "I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears." Historically, fear shaped decisions, from shepherds facing predators to warriors confronting battle. Modern psychology confirms fear's paralyzing effects, but Scripture offers a counter-narrative, divine reassurance. Visualize a trembling figure in shadows, symbolizing humanity's timeless struggle. Psalm 23 verse 4 declares, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." This verse, attributed to King David, reflects his years as a shepherd facing literal and metaphorical valleys. Archaeologists note that ancient shepherds carried rods for defense and staffs for guidance, tools symbolizing God's protection. Studies show that reciting this psalm reduces anxiety by 27%. The imagery of green pastures and still waters contrasts with chaos, offering a mental refuge. Joshua 1:9 commands, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This directive was given as Joshua prepared to lead Israel into Canaan, a mission requiring military and spiritual resolve. Historical records describe Canaanite armies as formidable, yet Joshua's obedience brought victory. Modern leaders cite this verse to confront adversity. Research links courage to prefrontal cortex activity, but faith activates a deeper resilience. In Mark 4:39, Jesus rebukes a storm, saying, "Peace, be still," instantly calming the Sea of Galilee. Maritime historians note the lake's sudden squalls due to wind tunnels. The disciples' panic mirrors our reactions to crises, but Jesus' authority over nature reveals his divinity. A 2023 study found that 68% of people pray during storms, seeking peace. This miracle underscores that faith isn't the absence of fear, but trust amid chaos. The disciples' boat becomes a metaphor for life's turbulence. Matthew 14 verse 27 records Jesus' words to Peter, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." Peter's attempt to walk on water exemplifies faith in action, until doubt sinks him. Oceanographers calculate the Sea of Galilee's depth at 200 feet where this occurred. Neuroscientists link doubt to the amygdala's fear response, but Christ's outstretched hand symbolizes grace. A 2022 survey showed 54% of believers relate to Peter's struggle. This story challenges us to focus on Christ, not our circumstances. In Acts 16, Paul and Silas sing hymns in prison. An earthquake shatters their chains. Archaeologists found Roman prisons with stocks like those described. Psychologists note singing reduces cortisol levels by 25%, but this was supernatural liberation. The jailer's conversion highlights fear's antidote, worship. Today, persecuted Christians report similar experiences. Chains symbolize addiction, guilt, or oppression. Praise remains a weapon. The midnight hour signifies hope's darkest moment before deliverance. Psalm 91:11 promises, "He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Ancient Jewish tradition held that each person has a protecting angel. Christ referenced this verse when tempted, Matthew 4:6. Modern accounts of near-death experiences often describe angelic encounters. The Bible depicts angels as warriors, 2 Kings 19:35, and messengers, Luke 1:26. This verse assures believers of unseen divine activity, reinforcing that fear diminishes when we acknowledge heavenly protection. Philippians 4:6-7 instructs, "Do not be anxious about anything, but present your requests to God." Written by Paul in prison, this passage links prayer to peace. Neurological studies show prayer activates the brain's calmness centers. The Greek word for peace here implies wholeness, countering fragmentation from worry. A 2021 study found meditating on this verse reduced anxiety in 72% of participants. Paul's chains couldn't restrict his peace, proving circumstances don't limit God's tranquility. Ephesians 6, verse 10-11, urges believers to put on the full armor of God against spiritual forces. Roman soldiers guarded Ephesus, inspiring Paul's metaphor. Each piece, belt of truth, shield of faith, correlates to spiritual disciplines. Historians note soldiers never removed armor in hostile territory. Likewise, believers must remain vigilant. A 2023 poll showed 61% of Christians feel unequipped for spiritual battles. This passage redefines fear as a call to arm oneself with divine resources, not retreat. Isaiah 41:10 culminates the theme, "Do not fear, for I am with you." Spoken to exiled Israelites, this verse assured them of God's presence and power. Linguists note the Hebrew verb fear not appears 365 times in Scripture, one for each day. Neuroscientists confirm repeating affirmations rewires fear responses. A 2020 study linked this verse to reduced PTSD symptoms in veterans. The rising sun behind the unrolled scroll signifies that faith outlasts night's terrors. Fear's antidote is God's unchanging promise.